Angel Reese got to hold him back. Damn, Tyler, you was heated, son.
I have no problem with him running up on that referee. I know it looks scary. It looked frightening.
Right up to the referee. He's got to be held back. Look at him, dude. Dude does a sprint.
Throwing a punch at the ref, but he wasn't because he missed the ref by like 3 foot, and he just, right here's the ref, all right?
We got to fight. We got to squabble up. Squabble up. Look, we got a fight going on.
In a dramatic twist, the WNBA is caught up in one of its most explosive controversies to date. Allegations suggest that Angel Reese's coach physically struck a referee, prompting the league to open an immediate investigation.
Is there illegal betting taking place underneath the table within the WNBA, within their executives, within the front office on some of these teams, with the referees, the officials, some of the players? That should be an investigation.
His ejection nearly turned the game on its head as Connecticut almost let the win slip away. Chicago battled back hard, but ultimately fell just short.
Once the game is over, the game is over. He got ejected, in which Connecticut almost lost his game. Chicago wound up coming all the way back. I watched the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying?
The fourth quarter was packed with tension, and Marsh's removal completely shifted the atmosphere. A stark reminder of how explosive his clash with the referee truly was.
But they lost right at the end. It was damn near a 4-point game in the fourth end. From there, Connecticut just held on. Marina maybe I hit a 3, and from there it was just like, yeah, it's kind of over.
We're fortunate he didn't actually swing, because if he had, the referee might have been floored. In that split second, Tyler Marsh showed just enough composure, but the situation could have turned ugly in an instant. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, it's time to step in and address this league and its officiating before things spiral further.
Man, he was ready. Man, oh my God. We are lucky you did not swing, because you probably would have floored him. We are lucky you had some sort of self-control in that moment and you didn't let your hands go, because it could have got ugly in there.
It was tough being stuck in the back, not out there with my team. A part of me felt like I was letting them down, but at the same time, I knew I had no choice. The officiating has been egregious all season, and I hit my breaking point. You all saw it. It was clear as day.
It's been egregious all year. Remember, I did a video about that? Stephanie White used that pretty early in the season as well. Egregious.
These referees have sparked fights, cost teams key opportunities, and even swung the outcomes of games. Their incompetence has dragged the sport down to the point where frustration inevitably boils over. Tyler Marsh's outburst was simply the latest example of how poor officiating affects every single player and coach on the court.
Everything with these missed calls, or just out and out willingly to just ignore the obvious, to even everything they doing, all of a sudden, Paige Beckers is getting all of these calls. And again, the big guy in the sky don't lie. They're horrible missed calls, phantom fouls, all of that type of stuff. And again, I understand that some players get the calls. I understand all of that. But when it's so obvious, it's not even funny.
All season long, it feels like we've been handed the short end of the stick. Every technical I've picked up has been me standing up for our players. Yet there's zero accountability on the other side. And that's the real breaking point. Our players have to answer when they fall short, but the referees never do.
I feel like we've been getting the short end of the stick all year. And every time that I've gotten attacked this year has been in support of our players. And I think that if not the most respectful coach to the officiating crew, I don't know who is in the league. And with our record and the amount of losses that we have, never do I come up here and blame the refs for our situation.
Marsh stormed in and charged straight at the referee. The moment his arm came out, that was all it took for the official to eject him instantly. Fans could see the pure anger written all over his face, and once again, WNBA officiating took center stage for all the wrong reasons.
There's the arm come out, all right? Look how far away he is. And of course, this referee, now you're seeing stuff. Now it's Stevie Wonder. Now you're seeing stuff. Ray Charles, now you're seeing stuff.
After the confrontation, security rushed in to take control. Players stood frozen in shock, unsure if the situation might spiral further. The referees gathered together as the game was briefly delayed, and once calm was restored, one thing was certain: this incident would be remembered and talked about long after the final buzzer.
Well, I should say defensive line in football, because he's trying to block the offensive player, which in this case is Coach Tyler Marsh, because he's trying to get around to absolutely sack the WNBA referee, as if the WNBA referee is a quarterback. Wintrust Arena, Sky versus the Sun. The Sky's Elizabeth Williams drive to the basket, a routine play.
Commentators noted that the league has faced issue after issue with officiating this season. Marsh's reaction may have been extreme, but it underscored the growing lack of trust in referees. Coaches, players, and even fans feel the games are slipping out of control, and this incident became the breaking point.
This is how you have to deal with these referees. You got to understand, these referees are atrocious. They're horrible, but some coaches sit back and let them be horrible, or hope that they'll stop being horrible, or try to reason with them to not be horrible. And there's other coaches that demand.
Kathy had the nerve to claim that only losing teams complain about officiating. But even champions like the New York Liberty and Minnesota Lynx have spoken out about how bad the refereeing has been. When top stars are openly calling out officials, it proves the issue goes far beyond one coach losing his temper.
We done heard the champions, the New York Liberty, say the referees suck. We done seen the Minnesota Lynx say the referees suck. What are we talking about? The Atlanta Dream, we've seen Brittany Griner going back and forth approaching referees. What are we talking about? The Phoenix Mercury, these are all the top teams. Someone has always said something about the referees.
We've seen Kelsey Plum break down in tears at the podium, Caitlin Clark voicing her frustrations, and Gabby Williams speaking out as well. This isn't just about Tyler Marsh. There are countless examples proving the referees have become a league-wide embarrassment. The WNBA has no choice but to clean this up.
We've seen Kelsey Plum at the podium in tears, damn near. We've seen Caitlin Clark at the podium. We've seen Gabby Williams at the... I mean, it's just example after example after example.
Players are constantly held accountable when they struggle. Coaches across the league face questions when their decisions don't pan out. But referees, they answer to no one. That lack of accountability is exactly why moments like Marsh's outburst happen, because frustration keeps building with nowhere to go.
Like he said, no accountability. We're held accountable as players and coaches. Officials, no accountability. And it gets frustrating. And when infuriating even. And when you don't have anything on the line other than, okay, I got to pay a fine at some point. Well, the breaking point is what he said.
I get why people believe there's a conspiracy between the commissioner and the referees. If you claim to be good at your job, then do it, but these officials don't. Missed calls, phantom fouls, ignored plays, it all stacks up until eventually a coach like Marsh can't take it anymore and explodes.
When it's obvious stuff like that, I do not understand what these referees are doing. The referees, the officiating is ruining.
What's the over-under on foul calls in this game? That's how suspicious it's gotten. People are openly questioning whether gambling or under-the-table betting is influencing referees. And when fans start raising those concerns, the league has no choice but to investigate before its credibility is completely destroyed.
That excuse just doesn't really fly with me too much, to be honest with you. But let's continue, shall we? Because Tyler Marsh loses his he loses his mind. Boom. Right up to the referee. He's got to be held back. Look at him, dude. Dude does a sprint. Does the whole you. He's furious. I hear you, Tyler Marsh. I'd be furious too.
The refs turned a blind eye to the mugging happening right in front of them, yet suddenly had perfect vision the second Marsh stormed their way. That double standard is exactly what drives both players and fans insane. How can a professional league be run like this?
But you saw that. I mean, you're out there. You're literally looking up refereeing, like Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder. You can't see nothing. Your eyes look like Al Pacino in Sin of a Woman. I ain't see nothing, but boy, the coach come in. All of a sudden, your ass got 20/20 vision. Imagine that.
After the game, analysts made it clear the WNBA can't keep sweeping these issues under the rug. Coaches are risking suspensions, players are being put in danger, and fans are rapidly losing faith. The Tyler Marsh incident might be the breaking point that finally forces change at the very top.
This was a player getting mugged on her way to the hoop, and the referees just let it slide. And don't just take my word for it, because after the game, the official crew, Chief Eric Bruton, admitted it in the pool report. He said, and this is his words,
This wasn't the first time a Connecticut game ended in controversy with these same referees. Marsh even pointed out that the league keeps assigning the very same officials over and over. That troubling pattern raises serious questions and only strengthens the call for an urgent investigation.
Demand that they see the things that the point of emphasis, because if I'm the coach for this team, what I want from the referee is different than the other coach. So I demand, if I'm coaching one team, that I feel like our bigs are not, getting calls.
Commentators sounded the alarm the WNBA's reputation is hanging by a thread. If the league doesn't step in, more coaches will erupt and even uglier incidents could follow. Officiating has gotten so bad that fans are already questioning whether the outcomes are even legitimate.
And there's been some bad blood between these two teams. There's been some chippiness between these two teams. This was a Bria Hartley yanked Angel Reese's hair. They don't like each other. I mean, I'm at this point where I don't know who likes who in the WNBA, really. There's always seems to be some level of chippiness and pettiness.
Angel Reese's coach nearly coming to blows with a referee isn't just sideline drama. It's a full-blown league crisis. That's why demands for an urgent investigation are louder than ever. The WNBA cannot afford to remain silent while its credibility crumbles. Tyler Marsh, get over here. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I don't care. You chose to be out here officiating these games. How can you be standing right under the rim and not make a single call? Aaliyah Edwards has her locked up in a full bear hug, and you're just watching it happen.
Tyler Marsh wound up getting ejected for running up on this referee for not calling an obvious foul. Watch this right here. Go to Ariel Atkins, boom. They go to pass. Look at Aaliyah Edwards all over it. Referee right under the rim. Look at Tyler Marsh. Get over here. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
Look at him rushing over to the referee. Oh my. He's right up in the official's face. It looks like they're about to throw hands. Tyler Marsh, you're showing some serious heart out there. You're tired of losing. You know your job's on the line. And it feels like you're saying, forget it. They're going to fire me anyway.
Look at him sprinting to the referee. Oh my, he got straight in the referee face, bro. Look, they about to squabble. Oh, Tyler Marsh, you got some heart in you, huh? You tired of losing? You know your job coming to an end. He said, I'm crashing out. They about to fire me.
Now watch this. See how he charges at the official and pay attention to that hand. No surprise he gets ejected from the game. And let me be clear, I don't support going after referees, but we've got to address why it reached this point. Marsh had every reason to be furious when that foul was ignored.
Let's look at that again. Watch him over here. Watch how he takes off with the official. And look at that hand. And of course, he gets tossed out of the game. So making it clear, I'm in no way condoning going after official, running up on him in that way. However, we've got to talk about why this happened. So first, we're going to look back at what did happen.
Aaliyah Edwards wraps her up with both hands. That's a clear foul. She even lets go, waiting for the whistle, but the ref just stares and does nothing. Obvious as day, and that's when Tyler Marsh finally loses it.
And I believe that's Will going down the paint, bounce passes, he's in the middle of the lane, and Aaliyah Edwards grips her up, both hands on her. So Aaliyah Edwards is clearly fouling Will right there, because she fouls her and lets her go, because she's expecting the foul. Aaliyah Edwards is expecting it. This guy right here does nothing. He is looking dead at it. She is looking dead at it, and they do nothing.
Tyler Marsh charged straight up to the referee and had to be held back. Look at the way he sprinted, completely furious. Angel Reese immediately jumped off the bench to grab him, with teammates rushing in to help hold him down. This wasn't just anger Marsh was exploding after yet another blatant foul was ignored right in front of everyone.
That excuse just doesn't really fly with me too much, to be honest with you. But let's continue, shall we? Because Tyler Marsh loses his he loses his mind. Boom. Right up to the referee. He's got to be held back. Look at him, dude. Dude does a sprint. Does the whole you. He's furious. I hear you, Tyler Marsh. I'd be furious too. We have Angel Reese hopping off the bench, pulling him back. Michaela Onyenwere hopping off the bench, pulling him back. Courtney Vandersloot.
Watch as Tyler Marsh jumps up and charges straight at the referee. In that moment, he completely crashes out, losing his composure and going right at the official. From the angle, it almost looked like he tried to throw a punch, but he wasn't close enough, missing by a few feet. Still, the entire scene made it clear just how far his frustration and breaking point had gone.
Throwing a punch at the ref, but he wasn't because he missed the ref by like 3 foot, and he just right here's the ref. All right, there's one of the main assaulters in the league right there, Marina Mabry. So you're gonna see Tyler Marsh. There he is. He comes in, right?
The referee just stood there as Chicago's player was grabbed and mugged under the basket. Tyler Marsh exploded, storming at the referee in full rage. It wasn't just a technical, it was an ejection waiting to happen, and the coach showed no hesitation in confronting the official.
And it was like, yo, where's the foul? And that was a foul. That was wild. So he's flocking already over there. Like, yo, what is wrong with you, bro? Get up out of here and get yourself together. You hear me, sir? What is wrong with you not understanding that this is a foul? And I would go out to bat too, because this is what leaders do. I mean, not act outrageously like this, but I would go to the sideline, go to the corner, but stay out of bounds and be like, hey, man, that was a foul. You know what I'm saying?
The referee stood frozen while Chicago's player was being grabbed and practically mugged under the basket. That non-call lit the fuse. Tyler Marsh erupted, storming toward the official in absolute rage. This wasn't the kind of outburst that ends with just a technical foul. It was an automatic ejection waiting to happen, and Marsh showed zero hesitation in confronting the referee face-to-face.
Up, and there's Tyler Marsh running over. Referee got scared out of his shoes. Throws him out the game. I'd love to hear what Tyler Marsh had to say to him. I would have loved to be a fly in that arena listening to what Tyler Marsh had to say. What were the choice words, Tyler? That's my question. What were the choice words, and can I write those down?
When the officials swallowed the whistle on a blatant foul, Tyler Marsh finally lost control. He sprinted straight at the referee, pointing and shouting directly in his face. Security staff and even his own players rushed in to pull him back before things got completely out of hand. But by then, the damage was already done.
In the second quarter, on a clear foul, and I swear to God, I thought he was about to punch that ref. I mean, it was close. It was close. What I mean by, like, the way he got to the point of, it was like, a referee could have squared up on him too, and it could have turned into a fight. But thankfully that didn't happen. Nonetheless, Tyler Marsh had a crash.
Fans watched in shock as Tyler Marsh went straight after the referee. His ejection came immediately following the explosive outburst. That moment dominated the headlines. Angel Reese's coach nearly came to blows with an official, forcing the league to launch an urgent investigation.
He wanted all the smoke. All the smoke. Tyler Marsh, look at, I mean, bro ran a 4.5. Bro, 4.445, bro. That's how quick he erupted. And it escalated. I mean, Angel Reese on his man back trying to hold him back. I mean, look, bro, this is thug life. He from the streets.
It's only a matter of time before someone gets hurt. That's why objects are already flying onto the court, most of them aimed straight at the referees.
Something gonna have to give because somebody gonna get hurt. That's the reason why you got flying sex objects landing on the court. They probably trying to hit the referees for real.
Clean this up. Tyler Marsh, you're the definition of a D1 crash out 5 stars. Lucky for you, you showed just enough composure.
Clean this up. Tyler Marsh, you are an elite D1 crash out. 5 star. You get top NIL dollar with your crash out.
The WNBA must decide what kind of league it wants to be. If it truly wants to be taken seriously, then it's time to step up and invest in real, professional officiating. Officiating is tearing the WNBA apart. Every obvious missed call makes the league look less credible, and more like a joke.
I'm a Tyler Marsh fan. I liked his actions. I like what he said even more. I liked his actions and I like what he said even more.
The referees, the officiating is ruining.
This is what happens. This league is going to have to figure out what kind of identity it wants to have. Do you want to be taken seriously, WNBA?
I respect his actions, but I respect his words even more. Tyler Marsh stood up for his team. And this isn't just about one game. It's about the future of fairness in the WNBA. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more updates.